Okay, so my earlier video, I talked about Williams versus Rosario, and then I said that I was going to talk about a fighter that I don't like. So the one off the top of my head is Amir Khan. Amir fucking Khan. So he's, a British fighter from Pakistan, and he represented England in the Olympics and won them the silver. He lost against a Cuban fighter called Mario Kindelan, who's considered one of the greatest amateurs of all time too. And he's so good, in fact, that like in every tournament he's ever done, he's won like gold. Be it the Pan Americans, the World, I don't know, the other big deal tournament other than the Olympics, I forget what it's called. He won gold in that, and then I think he's like a 2-time gold medalist, or even a 3-time now. I don't know, but he even fought in one final with a broken right hand or something and won, which is pretty insane. But okay, so Khan won silver in that, right? And it was a close match, kind of. But Khan did good. He was only 17 as well. Kindelan's was 32 at the time. So that's usually how it goes with like the Cubans. Cubans like have nothing to do but fight as an amateur until like the day they die. So after, I guess Khan had like a rematch with him in some other like amateur bout, and this time he beat him. That being said, though, there was something about that amateur fight that I didn't like about Khan, because Khan says like he's all about heart, he's all about going toe to toe and whatnot, and I'll get into that more. But you know how like amateur bouts, especially Olympic style, they'll it's all about like tagging the guy, not even like how hard you hit him. If as long as you can like hit him with the white part of your glove, that's a point, and you can be a point up. And as long as you stay a point up, you'll win. That's exactly what Khan resorted to. I noticed he was like a point or two up, and all of a sudden he got on his bike and just started fucking circling the ring like a little bitch, you know. And Kindelan was stalking him. The thing about Kindelan is Kindelan won't do that. Like he'll be up, but he'll still let you approach him, and like he'll counter you, and then next thing you know you're fucked, because every time you try to hit the guy he'll just like amass points. But Khan won the cheap way. He was just he was a point up and he just fucking ran around like a little dickhead. Alright, whatever. So that's pretty much before he went pro. Once he went pro, I haven't seen like his early fights and whatnot, but like there's highlights about how like he's gotten hurt a bunch of times and like knocked down a bunch of times, this and that, right? And then his first knockout loss was to Brady's Prescott, a Colombian fighter, and he got knocked out in the first round, in the first like 36 seconds, and it was a pretty vicious knockout actually. It's not even that Prescott has like tremendous power. It's just that he caught him clean on the chin. Trying to remember exactly what it was, but he got him with a hook. He like stumbled, he was hurt, and then Kindelan went in for the kill with like a nasty, I think it was an overhand, and like floored Khan. And Khan has like the stupidest fucking look on his face whenever he gets knocked down, dude. Yeah, he tried getting up, and whatnot. And if it was anybody but Khan, I'd say I'd respect that. So he gets up, he's hurt as fuck, and then Prescott comes in for the kill and just like gets him out of there. And all right, that's like a major setback, right, for a guy that's supposed to like eventually become world champion. So lo and behold, he makes his HBO debut fighting, who was it? Fucking Paulie Malignaggi. Cool, great. So he schools Paulie Malignaggi because Paulie Malignaggi is actually another fucking guy I don't like, fucking hate, but I hate Khan more than I hate Malignaggi. I'll explain why in another video, why I hate Malignaggi. But this whole video, by the way, is about why Khan not only is a piece of shit, but why he has no heart. And I hope I can convince you of this. So, alright, so Khan was nervous fighting Malignaggi, I could just tell. But eventually those nerves went away. And it was probably because Khan like realizes like, fuck, this is like the biggest stage and platform I've been on so far, and like even though I'm going in there with a guy who's not known for knockouts, I don't know how my chin will fare up. So, I feel like he got nervous at the beginning, but once he tasted that killer power by Malinaji, those fucking killer fucking pillows of his, then he lightened up and just like got into his groove and like got him out of there really fucking easily, actually. And all right, so he moved on to fight Maidana. Now, that's a big deal. That was actually like a very big step up. But there was a lot of talk about it, about how he took that fight because he wanted to uh, redeem himself, clear his name, that he doesn't have a strong chin because of the Prescott fight. So who best to do it against other than Maidana, So Maidana, the heavy hitter, Chino, he got Victor Ortiz out of there. Ortiz quit. I actually hate Ortiz as well. So, all right, I'm figuring out all these fucking cocksuckers I hate. But all right, so he fought Maidana. Maidana made him quit. This and that, broke his entire fucking face. So Maidana's got a punch. His KO ratio is pretty high. So, all right, Khan's nervous again, And when this actually happened, I was rooting for Khan. I liked Khan in the beginning because I thought Khan was like, I thought he was humble. I thought he was respectful. I thought and I liked the style. At first, I thought so as well. Speedy hands. I love speed. Like, speed for me should be the number one asset. People should work on. Boxers should work on. Maybe not. Maybe like ring IQ. Technique, ring IQ, and speed, probably three best assets. I would say actually just intelligence. Overall intelligence is the number one thing. So forget I just went off on that tangent. So anyway, Khan's fighting Maidana. I only seen Maidana fight Ortiz before that. So I noticed in the beginning of the fight, Khan comes out, tries to like tap gloves with Maidana at the ring of the bell. Maidana responds by like throwing a lead hook, and Khan weaves out of it. I thought that was such a dick move by Maidana at the moment, but now I actually like knowing who Maidana is. I actually like really respect that and love that of him. So yeah, the fight went on, and Khan was just outboxing Maidana. It's not hard to outbox Maidana. I don't want to say like it's hard. It's not hard. It's clearly like the dude's world class. But if you have a good amateur pedigree, like Maidana gets tagged easier than he should by like the Mayweathers, the Khans, the Ortizes, the this and that. Maidana's defense isn't just his best asset. So there's that. So Khan was like outpointing Maidana pretty well the first couple rounds. And then like Maidana here and there would land like a big shot, and people would freak out like, "Oh wow, Khan took that really well. Like he doesn't have a weak chin, like he just proved us all fucking wrong, right?" So then like I don't know, past halfway of the fight, all of a sudden Maidana's like getting a second win and pushing on the gas, and Khan's like getting tired, because it's like his speed just doesn't. It's like a V8, like it just uses more fucking gas to perform as good as it does. So he starts slowing down, especially footwork and defense. Like the dude's just made for the amateurs. He's not like an efficient, practical pro fighter. He's a man made for the amateurs. So what I mean by that is the guy will do his best the first 3 rounds, and after that, inshallah or whatever. So fucking Maidana starts getting tagged pretty heavily. Khan starts getting fucking tagged pretty heavily by Maidana. Maidana's like smelling the blood, going after him, and Khan, the dickhead, he would just like try to be cocky and just be like, and people love that, they're like, "Oh wow, look at the heart." But the thing is, man, what you don't fucking realize, and you call that heart, is that Khan is clearly up on points, man. Khan is clearly up on points. What do you think he's going to do? He's going to get hit and once and be like, "Oh God, no, I'm going to quit like Ortiz." Ortiz does not have heart. I understand that, but at the same time, like, if you know you're up on points, you'd be a fucking idiot to, call it quits after getting hit once as hard as he did. And Ortiz quitting, like, the fight was actually pretty even by the time Ortiz quit. Like, he knew he was gonna be in for a tough fucking fight if he, tougher fight if he'd have continued. Like, the decision wasn't clear. But Khan knew if he could avoid getting like dropped to the canvas, he could like give up a round or two. So of course he's gonna stay on his feet. Um, but Khan was getting fucked up, like hurt. And the thing about guys saying like, "Oh, look at the chin on him," it's not that you have a good chin if you can like stay on your feet. You have a bad chin if you keep getting wobbled after every punch. Like if you keep getting wobbled from a fucking overhand over and over and over and over, and not just from the same guy, but like from every other fucking opponent you face, your chin is suspect, man. Like, get over it. And even and the reason why Maidana, I don't think like floored Khan at any point in that fight is because like Maidana's not known for his accuracy. He'll throw everything at you, but he's aiming at everything. Like he doesn't care on what it lands. Your shoulders, your neck, your chin, your temples. But anything clear on the chin on Khan, and like on his neck as well from the Garcia fight, like it will fucking like shut his legs off. But whatever, like Khan managed to survive the fight with Maidana and like clear his name and shit, and like people were like, "Oh, he doesn't have a bad chin, didn't you see?" All right, so fast forward to the Zab Judah fight. So something interesting happened in that, right? Khan schooling Judah. Judah's obviously old as shit at that point, so we all knew what was gonna happen or supposed to happen. So the fight ends with Khan like hitting Judah on the belt line, and Judah going down and complaining of a low blow and not getting up during the count, so ruled a TKO. All right, and Khan, no complaints from Khan, right? So all right, so far his career is going well, and then he gets knocked out by Garcia. And no, let me rewind the clock. He fights Lamont Peterson in Washington, D.C., and Lamont Peterson's supposed to be his toughest fight yet. Maybe. Maidana's supposed to be his toughest fight ever. Or his best win, I'm sorry. But at that point, his toughest fight was Maidana. So Peterson, he's a very good boxer. Peterson, he fought very well, but Khan was just clearly the better boxer, and Peterson's asset is his boxing. So like, you don't want to box a boxer. That's the truest thing that can be said. Like, you don't want to box a boxer the same way you want to brawl a brawler. Like, you don't, the same way why like Duran didn't box Leonard the first fight. He went after him, he fought him, which is why Leonard made that mistake to try to fight a fighter. Leonard decided to box Duran, and Duran tried to box a boxer this time, and that's why he lost. So anyway, so Khan was just outpointing him and shit, but then like some weird shit started happening, and the referee deducted points off of Khan for like pushing and whatnot, and that is kind of weird, I guess, but like whatever. They were in DC, so home turf advantage. Khan was getting caught with some good shots as well. He didn't go down that fight either, but again, like, he likes to take these crazy shots to the chin. He loves it. You know why? Because then he gets to say, "Oh, didn't you see that highlight of mine there? It was a highlight of mine because I took a shot and look at that, I didn't go down. Oh, wow." But the guy's just like so fucking cocky and egotistical that he's willing to like take years off his life just to prove that he has a chin. Yeah, so anyway, I'm glad Peterson won, but it was at that end of the fight that I realized and noticed something, that Khan started becoming like the cocky bastard that he actually is. Like, after that fight, he wasn't like, "Oh, well, what can I do about it?" Like, Judges made their decisions. Ref made his decision. No, he was bitching about it. He was complaining about it, like looking at the camera and like I don't know what he said, but he was like probably like fuck this shit. Like I'm number one. Like this and that. All right, so then I realized that I was like, maybe I got the wrong idea of Khan. Right, and damn straight I did, because when Khan fought Danny Garcia, Khan was actually talking a lot of fucking shit, and like, you know, Danny Garcia and his dad, you know, they're a duo, and they like to talk shit about their opponents too. So I understand why like it would be a big shit show, shit talking show between the two camps, right? But like Khan started saying shit like, you know, like Garcia's dad likes to call people the N word, you know, nigga. He likes to say that as opposed to the hard at the end. So Khan actually started like making fun of him by saying it back at him, and I thought like, whoa, dude, you know, like you don't have to go that far. And so the fight happens, right? And like you gotta like, it's an interesting thing that happened, but like that's where like you finally realize like Khan gets outed for what kind of fighter he really is, right? He's under Freddie Roach at this time, and Freddie Roach is like, oh, he's one of my favorite fucking fighters under me that I have, this and that. And Roach actually gave him good advice. He would tell Khan like, listen, man, don't try and make these fights exciting. Don't fucking try to trade that isn't you. Like, be smart. So what does Khan do, man? Like, I guess Garcia's dad's plan worked perfectly to the T. He got into his head, pissed him off, and Khan did say like, I hate these fucking people, I'm gonna knock them out. Like, that's exactly what they wanted you to fucking try to do. Because while Khan was busy throwing these 5 fucking punch combos, Garcia did his like signature no look left hook and landed square on his neck, right? And like down went fucking Khan like a sack of fucking taters. So, all right, Khan gets up, right? That's the first time he's been knocked down since I think the Prescott fight. Okay, so now people are like, whoa, what just happened? They're going crazy, and Khan's up on his feet, wobbly and shit, and then like it's close to the end of the round. Garcia's like, fuck, I gotta get him out of there, because like he knows when Khan's hurt, he's hurt, he stays hurt. So Khan survived the fucking round, still loopy and whatnot, like jumping, hopping to his corner. And Roach is telling him like, all right, listen, get on your fucking bike. We're gonna give this round up, but you get on your bike and survive, so that the next round you're feeling all better and whatnot. So Khan tried it, but he didn't focus on it. Like, he was on his bike, he get hit, and then he get a little cocky, like, come on, this bullshit he does. And then like he get hit again, and I don't know, it was a mixture of that, you know, like running around and then like getting a little tired of it, and then like doing this, getting hit, running around, getting a little tired of it, doing this. So the dickhead eventually like gets dropped again, and then that's when the ref calls it. I think it was Bayless called it. So that's when people started actually like saying again, like, Khan doesn't have a chin. Like, it took him that long to realize it, but like he just doesn't. And then he went on to fight. All right, who did he fight? After the Garcia fight, he left Roach, which was a dumb fucking move. He went to join Virgil Hunter, and I know exactly why he joined Virgil Hunter. Is because he views himself as like a commodity. He's like, I'm a rare breed. I'm a silver medalist in the Olympics. I've defeated a gold medalist in the Olympics. Not in the Olympics, but a gold medalist of the Olympics and some other amateur bouts. So technically I am a gold medalist, and I deserve to be trained by somebody who has other gold medalists under him. And who has that? Virgil Hunter with Andre Ward. So he goes with Virgil Hunter because he thinks like, oh, I'll be trained just like Ward gets trained. But supposedly Hunter told Khan like, listen, like, you're either gonna listen to me or I'm gonna train you. So I guess Khan's been called out on it, like he just doesn't fucking listen. Um, so all right, so Hunter's training him now. I guess like his biggest win under Hunter was against fucking Devin Alexander, the fight right before Canelo. So oh, and I'm supposed to be talking about like why Khan doesn't have heart. So like heart, man, like heart is what Arturo Gotti had when he was getting pieced up and being the shit out of getting the shit beaten out of him by like I forget what Mexican fighter, but he was losing like down in the cards, had no chance of winning unless he knocked the guy out, and he kept fighting until he knocked the guy out. And hard is also like doing what you got to do to win, whether it be like like get back up and like stick to the game plan. Like you don't like go out there and be a suicide fucking bomber, just like whatever, fuck it, you know, either I knock him out or he knocks me out. No, like that's easy to do. That's very fucking easy to do. You What's hard to do and what shows you have heart is like do the right things even though it's tough to do, you know, like to try and actually still win this fucking fight. That's what requires heart. The thing about Khan is that Khan's hurt and all of a sudden like he's putting on this like tough persona and like all the things his trainer tells him to do goes out his ear. So like where's the heart in that, you know? Like does he want to put on a spectacle or does he want to win the fight or whatnot? Like, and most of the time the one time, all right, so the one fight that he got knocked down early and both still was winning the fight was the Garcia fight. And I bet you he knew he was winning the fight, but he got knocked down. But the more he started getting knocked down, the less he started pushing on the gas and like even trying to fucking win. So that's his heart depleting at that moment. He wasn't doing anything to try to win the fight or survive. But when he fought fucking Canelo, that's where we learned something. And I'm just hoping I can like still like upload this. It's at 22 minutes. I've been talking shit about this dude for a while now. I hope it doesn't like, you know, not load because of how long it's going. But anyway, so the thing about Canelo, man, is like Khan's speed is his only fucking asset, dude. Like he has shit ring intelligence, shit fucking. Okay, so he has like shit ring IQ. He has shit fucking heart. He has a shit chin. He has, from what I know, is shit cardio. And all these together, like, it's enough to win you a silver medal in the Olympics. But in the pros, man, like, you can't afford to not fucking fight smart. So he goes in there with Canelo and like, all right. So he did all the right things in the beginning of the fight. Like the first, I forget. I think he got knocked down like the eighth or seventh. But all right, let's say he won the first 6 rounds, which he clearly did, right? But Canelo was slowing him down. Canelo was hitting him in the body, slowing him down. That was the right game plan that Canelo was implementing. He was at first Khan wasn't getting touched, first round, second round, third round. But then Canelo was tagging him to the body and then slowing him down. He wasn't on his bike as much. And all of a sudden, like you see those left hooks, the lead, right hands catching Khan. And Khan has a stupid fucking habit of, and it's exactly what Canelo wanted. Khan had this stupid habit of every time Canelo would go for a body shot, Khan would like do this with his arms, you know, like try to avoid getting. He would lean back and do this with his arms, which is kind of like an Ali tactic, but he's no Ali. So Canelo obviously noticed that. Like Canelo's a smart fucking fighter. Canelo like sees how the fight progresses, sees what your habits are and how to exploit them, which is exactly what he did. So in the end, Khan slowed down. Khan wasn't doing what his trainer was telling him to do, like keep circling, don't go toe to toe, keep circling him. Don't wait for him to fucking throw something, any leads, pat other than his jab, you know, like. So, and Canelo was doing a good job timing him, you know, like figuring out, like, all right, Like, you're fast, but you're only gonna catch me as much as the most you're gonna catch me in is in the first round. Eventually, all right, Khan made a mistake and got caught with a heavy overhand, the same one that knocked out Kirkland, and out he went out. All right, so if that doesn't convince you, he has a bad chin, and a lot of people's excuses are like anyone would have gotten knocked out with that shot. It's like he's hit a lot of people with it, man. Like doesn't they don't get knocked? That's a one hitter quitter. Like not everybody that Canelo's fly has fucking taken that as bad as Khan did, you know. And Khan was barely getting touched that entire fight. He got hit with like a hook here and there, but like people were so amazed that he even survived it. They would always be like, "Ooh, Khan took that good," you know, like Roy Jones, Jim Lampley, and them. It's like that's how like suspect his chin is, man. That you can, if you hit him with just a jab, like commentators will like talk about that one jab for like 5 minutes. So all right, so Khan was winning that fight. He gets knocked out, right? Got knocked out, whatever. You can't really like say like, oh, he has no heart because of that fight, because he got knocked out. He gets up though, right? And he starts shit talking Canelo, dude. He has like this really immature personality, dude. Like he'll never give like credit where it's due 100%. You know, like so he fought Canelo. He was shit talking Canelo, saying like he should fight GG now because I had the balls to fight you. So now where are your balls? And why don't you fight fucking GG, right? So he said that, and then Canelo goes on to fight Crawford. So this is my I was excited for this fight because this was really like an interesting matchup. I was thinking, all right, Crawford isn't as big as Canelo, so he's not gonna have that like same potential to like knock out Khan with a one hitter quitter. But and Crawford's like an excellent fucking boxer, and I, Khan's got like decent technique, but his main asset is his speed. I was rooting for Crawford, of course, but I was just wondering like how is Crawford gonna adjust to the speed? The speed's just very problematic, you know. And if you can't get Khan out of there, then like the chances of winning really aren't as good. Okay, so I was really excited just to see like a good like interesting match um, of styles, different styles. So all right, so it's very interesting what developed in that fight. So Khan, he comes out right. They're both like wary, but like it's just a feel out round, you know. Especially if you're a boxer, you want a feel out round. You want to like gauge distance, timing, habits, and whatnot. So Khan was more active, and Crawford was letting that round go by. But at the end of the round, Crawford actually like countered his jab by throwing a right hand over it, stunned him, and then like dropped him with a hook and knocked him down. Right, he knocked him down. He gets back up. You know, he's still a little hurt, but not as bad as he was against like Garcia. But anyway, he survived, luckily, right? So he goes back to Hunters. He's like upset. Hunters like, don't worry, this and that, because like you gotta reset. You can't like mope about it. You gotta like pretend like, all right, now you gotta win the rest of these. What is it, 10-8 rounds? So you gotta gave up 2 rounds basically. So you gotta win the rest of the 10 rounds. Rest of the 10 rounds. The rest of the fucking 11 rounds. Regardless. Yeah. So Khan was like starting to realize like no matter what, he was starting to realize that his speed was being neutralized. Whenever he threw his jab, especially, like Crawford was countering it with his right hand to the point where Crawford negated that jab and took it away from him. Khan was no longer throwing any like was not jabbing as much as he should have been. Like he was throwing jabs here and there, but like not any like he wouldn't put any confidence into any jab he did throw after that. So you would notice that he started throwing more like lead right hands, lead hooks, like anything other than the jab, because every time he threw that jab, he was getting countered and it would actually hurt him. Crawford was like timing him with accurate fucking shots, negating his speed. Like Khan was in there with like the best boxer he's fought so far, and like you heard him at, like the last couple rounds before the fight ended, right? Um, Crawford was just putting the beating on him, like fucking nailing him up top, mostly to the body, just all the right things. He was doing all the right fucking things, you know. At some point, Khan was just gonna get either stopped, you know, like with by the referee like waving it off, or like his trainer Hunter was gonna throw in the towel. Even Andre Ward was like, I think Hunter's gonna throw in the towel, honestly. But Crawford wasn't looking for the knockout. He was just looking to like do the right things, and eventually the stoppage would come. Crawford is an immensely smart fucking fighter. But okay, so that demonstrated that Khan relies so much on just his 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 like natural abilities, you know, like he just doesn't really want to learn how to play chess. He doesn't want to learn how to like counter his counters, or like what game plan beats his game plan. Like he doesn't want to like delve into like philosophy of fighting. He just like, fuck it, you know, I'm fast. That'll take me just as far as I need to go. Um, Eventually, you know, Crawford hits him, I guess, with like a shot to the thigh. It's technically low, but it wasn't straight to the cup, you know. So like, the dude was acting like his nuts exploded or something. He said he couldn't breathe, and then like he went to the corner. The ref was like, "Hey, you take as much time as you need. You got 5 minutes." The doctor, or not the doctor, but Khan was looking at Hunter. Hunter was asking him like, "Do you want to continue? Do you want to continue? Do you want me to stop the fight?" And when he said, when he asked him, do you want me to stop the fight?" Khan's like, "Yeah." Like you could see it, yeah, right. And then Hunter told the doctor, "I'm calling it." Doctor told the ref, "Hey, we're stopping the fight." The fight stopped. Where's the heart, man? Like, you got hit in the thigh. It was on the fucking thigh, bro. Like, sure, it must not feel fucking good, but even if you got hit in the balls, you have 5 minutes, bro, to take, so you can get back into the fight. And 5 minutes is a long time. That's like a third win right there. But this dude didn't even take that, and he got hit in the thigh. Regardless of that, you know, like just getting hit on the thigh and getting 5 minutes, like that's a good deal, bro. So yeah, Crawford won that via TKO, thank God. I think Khan was just trying to get a DQ win by pulling that bullshit. But he was getting beat up, man. He was just getting beat up. There was like no hope for him, and that's the thing. That's why like that was the final straw that convinced me that Khan has no heart, is because all those other times where he was winning on, and he'll tell you too, he was like, "I always win on points. When I get knocked out, I get knocked out while I'm ahead on points, this and that." Like, again, like, we get it, you know, like, yeah, you were the better boxer when you fought these people, but these people beat you, man. Like, you can't fucking you can't brag about like winning the fight until you get knocked out, you know, like, get real. So he's delusional. All right, but like, again, the hard aspect is that the fucker, like, he if he's not winning on points, man, he'll quit. That's exactly what happened. If he wasn't winning on points, he was desperately down. He was getting beat up. It was the first time he's ever not been able to figure a guy out, or like his speed just didn't matter in that fight. It just didn't matter. He wasn't ahead, and he wasn't going to get ahead. He was just gonna get beat up, and he knew he was gonna lose. So he took the first outing he could. Well, the lamest fucking outing I've ever seen. So I'm tired of people just saying like, bro, he doesn't have heart. He has heart. Like, you know, he doesn't, man. Think. Just use your knowledge. Like, if you watch enough fights, you understand that heart is like doing what you can do to like win the fucking fight, adjusting, like not just going in there and going gung ho. That's retarded. So like, I don't know. And another thing you have to realize too is like they'll also say like, yeah, but Khan takes all the fights, all the big fights. Like, no shit, man. Like, the dude doesn't have to worry about like his stock going down because like he does the right things. For instance, like he gave his record wasn't undefeated since Prescott. Like a lot of people, you'll notice if they go undefeated, they will be careful about who they pick to fight. You know, they will be very picky because they don't want to risk they're losing their O soon on, because that O might always means that the next fight, you get paid even more. So he lost that O, so like he didn't worry about having to like be picky as much. And then like think about it, he lost to Garcia, lost to Lamont Peterson. He was still relevant, so he could fight Garcia. Lost to Garcia, still kind of relevant, but he was fighting like no names. And then eventually he fought Devin Alexander, beat him pretty well. And then he won himself a fight against Canelo. Canelo camp's not worried about Khan, even though they can still market it as like a pretty exciting fight. Khan Camp is worried about Canelo, but they know that even if we lose to Canelo, we'll always just say, hey, he was a much bigger weight. We're gonna come down now to our regular weight where I'm still a beast. And then like the Canelo fight, that won him like, I don't know, like $5 million. So he's happy as shit, yo. He's not upset that he fucking got knocked out. He's happy as fucking shit the fight even got made. So, and he gets to go back down to his regular weight where he's still fucking relevant. So it's not like his stock really goes down. So then he fights Crawford and wins like, I don't know, another mil or two. And like the point that I'm making is that when it came to that fight, especially like him losing, him leaving, the money was a factor. The money made him like think to himself like, it ain't all that bad, like whatever, I can probably like retire with this, or I don't have to fight as hard as I should. I'm making a lot of fucking money. I don't have to impress anybody, like my stock probably won't go down from this loss either. I'll probably like fight some B levels after this. Like money is a huge factor in how people fucking fight. Like Kovalev, when he got knocked out by Canelo, he went in there already knowing he lost. He was happy with just getting paid as much as he was, like that's the only reason he took that fight. Like that was his retirement money. So I don't know where this whole bullshit about Khan like having heart comes from, but it's just not true, man. He is one of the fakest fucking fighters on the planet. Delusional. I'm looking at my image, my eye. I got a lazy eye. I'm trying to fix that. But I hope you guys just understand what I'm saying. Like, Khan is a bastard of a fucking boxer. Like, he doesn't give credit where it's due. Like, after the Crawford fight at the post-fight conference, he was telling him he got hit low, that he couldn't continue. Lies, man, lies. Like, we wanted you don't give spectators what they want to watch, man. Like, what you brag about has no merit either. It's like no backing to it. So that's a lot of what I had to say about Khan. I hope you guys actually like think it's reasonable. Like, one, he has a shit chin. Two, like whatever like myths about him, I hope I debunked. Like that he has a decent chin, bullshit. That he has heart, bullshit. That he's a good boxer, also bullshit. All he has is speed. Is honestly like his is a fall from grace. I remember one time there was this article that said like the best like prospects, and they listed, it was like a while ago too, it was like 10 years ago, and it listed like people like Ortiz, Gamboa, and number one was Khan. But now look at where he's at. He's fighting like chumps in the middle of the desert, for like oil money and whatnot. He's fighting for the pearl belt, some bullshit like that. Like, get real, man, get real. Alright, but whatever. I hope I convinced you guys to no longer even like contribute to watching Khan, and giving him like more of your fucking hard-earned money. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree, this and that, and hope you guys can give me more ideas for what to talk on. Actually have fun doing this one video. But alright guys, subscribe and take care. Bye.